Welcome everyone, this is Joy of Joy Morris Beauty, and in this video I'm going to be sharing my 7-month Sisterlock update, so stay tuned. So this month was a little different for me than the months that I've had before, where I experienced some new things and some new changes in my hair. I know that when I first started my Sisterlocks, my loctician, made sure to tell me that when I washed my hair to make sure to separate my locks individually after I braided and banded so that they would not kind of start combining themselves. So I've been doing this religiously, for the first 6 months or so. Then we hit month 7 and boom. This is the first time that I realized why we have to do that. Because lo and behold, when I wash my hair now, my locks, the hairs start to catch each other at the root, and I definitely have to make sure that I separate them. So this more so for whatever reason than the first 6 months, I have started to have this come up. So I have to make sure that I'm just really careful when I do wash my hair. I had a little bit of slippage too over the past month, in the same places that I've had them before. Maybe I shouldn't call it slippage, but I know that my edge lock, I've talked about my edge locks before. This edge lock in particular was giving me a lot of grief. It ended up looking like sad or something. I don't even know how else to describe it than to say that it looks sad. And I'll insert the video so you can see what it looked like before my recent retightening. So I guess this one somehow it kind of unraveled itself. But you can see just in the video of how much growth I had, how long my hair actually is when you look at my unraveled lock. But my loctician, she was able to kind of fix it for me and bounce it back and put it back together again. So she fixed that one, and she also fixed my back row. My back row is locking better than it has previously. I think there's maybe only one lock that kind of completely comes undone in between my retightenings. So they were locked somewhat, but they just had kind of loosened up. So that outside of like my edges, those 2 edge locks, that one, this one, which I've talked about before, I ripped out by accident in the beginning. And my very back row, I have not had any issues still. No issues at all. I'm just experiencing what I feel to be a bit of accelerated growth, and most of you all out there know that I am expecting, so it could definitely have something to do with me expecting, but it just feels like my hair is growing so fast. And with that, I have noticed that if my Sisterlocks grow out a lot, to the point where I have a little afro at my scalp, that makes me feel a little disheveled. So I'm kind of trying to deal with that, because when they grow out a lot, it's like fro lock. It's kind of what it kind of feels like. Here I am a day before getting my hair retied. And I'm very grateful for all of the growth that I've experienced. You can see my roots. They're nice and thick, and I'm grateful for all of that. But something that's kind of a struggle when you have new locks that are shorter locks is when they grow out, they kind of stick out. So I just feel like my hair looks so wild right now. That's kind of bothering me. I guess it's a good problem to have, because it means that my hair is thick and that it's growing. But I've been feeling like kind of disheveled this week. So I can't wait to get my hair retied. So I am just kind of trying to figure that out still, and not really get caught up in the mind game of, being like, oh, my hair is, so nappy, or whatever you want to call it. Like, oh, my hair is just so coarse. Like, and just, look at the blessing that it is that my hair is growing so well, because everything that grows will eventually be retightened. And speaking of retightening, I did enjoy my recent retightening so much. I took this little video that I put on my Instagram page that I'll insert here, because I was just so happy. It started kind of to shrink back up a little bit now. It's been almost a week or so since that retightening when I filmed that little video clip. But yeah, my hair is just growing so much. It's just crazy to kind of watch it. Like I said, I feel like I have a little bob. I got this one little lock right here who thinks we're in a race and thinks that he or she is winning a race, because this one always hangs down lower than like all the other ones. I mean, it hangs down like a full inch lower than the other ones, and I have no way to explain this because all of my hair is the exact same length when I got my locks. So yeah, so speaking of the growth that I mentioned, the accelerated growth, I also kind of feel like some of my hair grew outside of the lock, which I could kind of feel, you know, as I was separating my hair. I had never really felt that before. So I don't know if some of my follicles that had not been producing hair before are maybe starting to produce hair now. But my scalp is just hairy. It's just hair everywhere. I had extra hair in my hairline, which I talked about in my last video. It filled in even more. So I've just got hair everywhere. And I'm not complaining about it. That's just the funny thing, especially with the highly textured, really coarse hair. You know, when it does kind of like grow out or like shrink up, that combination of the fro at the scalp plus the shrinkage can kind of make you feel like, you know, you're regressing a little bit, but you're not, because your hair is still going through the locking process and going through all of the changes that it needs to make in order to, you know, give you a beautiful, mature head of locks. So I'm just continuing to be patient, to be as patient as I can, because that's the name of this game. The only other thing I did a little differently, because I know that a lot of ladies don't use the rose water. No, I'm sorry, a lot of ladies do use rose water. I think rose water smells disgusting. It smells like urine to me. It just does. I cannot put that on my hair. So I did get like pure, like super pure refined aloe vera juice, and I spritzed a little bit of that on my hair before I shampooed it, just to give my hair a little bit of an extra moisture treatment. You know, since so many ladies have that rose water that they use, I don't have that. I can't use that. I won't have that. No rose water for me. So I said, if I spritz a little aloe vera juice, like the pure juice, I'm not going to the store and getting no big old leaves and doing no straining and putting goop in my hair or anything like that. I'm not interested in anything like that. I don't have the time for that. I mean, like literally the aloe vera juice that comes from the health food store, it looks like water. It's clear, it's colorless. It literally looks like water. Just kind of spritzing a little bit of that in my hair, and that's probably the only little thing I added. I just continue to use my water moisturizer every day, which has a couple of essential oils in it and just a little bit of squirt of jojoba oil, because you know, oil and water, they don't mix, so oil has to mix with other oils. So in order to prevent from putting like pure essential oil on my scalp by accident, I put a little bit of oil in there so that when I mix it, the essential oils can be diluted a little bit. So continuing with my bare minimum maintenance routine with those very small exceptions or tweaks, it's going swimmingly and I have no complaints. No complaints at all. The 7th month of Sisterlocks is just something I'm absolutely loving, especially being a woman who is expecting. Sorry, it's my Great Dane in the background. I think he just woke up. But I am tired a lot of the times. I couldn't imagine doing anything additional to my hair outside of what I'm doing right now. So I am fine. I am fine with, you know, how everything is going right now for me and my hair. I couldn't be any more pleased, and that's it. So we will keep growing and we will keep going and growing together. So if any of you out there are on your lock journey and you want to kind of let me know how is that going, make sure to leave a comment below. I will make sure to respond. Thanks so much for watching, and you take care. Bye bye.